Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're almost approaching the end of the year, and I wanted to give you guys a quick update just on how this year has been for me. 2024 was the year I became profitable as a prop trader, and I shared a little bit about how I did that with you guys earlier in the year about my first like big payout, which was with my funded futures. It was right around the time when I stopped trading equities. I made a video explaining to you guys why I had this idea that commodities were priced closer to their intrinsic value than commodities were, and then equities were. And then for the first 2 months of the year, I actually stopped trading equities altogether, and I traded strictly crude oil. And the idea was that like the crude oil market, the price of crude oil more accurately reflects its intrinsic value than the equities market did, where I felt the equities generally are inflated to tremendous amounts, and the gap between the intrinsic value and what the trading at was so great. I just felt like it's almost impossible to get a real fair assessment of the value of an equity. So I did that for 2 months, and then in March I entered into my funded futures. They had a contest. It was a trading contest where you could trade either 10 micros or one mini, and they gave you $10,000 as drawdown. And I ended up coming in number two in that contest, and I turned $10,000 into 36,000. I ultimately didn't get the prize because they said I used two minis basically when the contest had said one. And I felt that why would they allow you to trade two if the rule is one? So that's that. I don't really care about that contest. But I know I have a screenshot of my screen name being in second place the day the contest closed, and the same night when they reviewed all the results, I got an email saying I breached the account because I broke that rule. So it is what it is. So let's go over this. My funded futures in 2024, I spent $4,778 on evals. For Apex and ETF, this was both when Elite Trader Funding and Apex Trader Funding this year had promotions where you can trade like large accounts for like $30 or something like that. And I wanted to just trade a 250K account to really feel what it's like to trade like 10 minis, and and just see if I could even hit a profit target trading that big. And I think that was a really interesting experience for me because one, I never ever ever trade like 10 minis or whatever. But it was interesting to see, like the how fast you can run an account up when you're trading 10 minis, and also how fast you can blow an account up when you're trading like 10, 15 minis. And it was an interesting exercise, but it's not something I really would do in my real life. I did pass evals on both ATF and ETF. I never really traded to payout because I don't like their payout policies for either company. So I never really went too far with those accounts. The Uprofit, this was from when they brought out their new Zero plan, and this was the beta. They had a beta account where you had swing trading, static drawdown, easy to reach profit target, and that was great. When they brought that out, no activation fee, like I thought that was the best plan on earth. Within like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, they changed it to add activation fees to all the accounts. And after I did my calculations, like I felt like the value with the activation fee wasn't better than anything else out there. The activation fee kind of offset whatever gains you got from in terms of value. So the best value to me still is my funded futures because of the options they give you. My issue with Topstep was their consistency rule in the eval, along with their activation fee, when you compare it to my funded futures with similarly priced plans with zero activation fees. I also felt that any company that offers you a plan that says no consistency rule, but they require you to make like $200 a day for 5 days, that is a consistency rule. So that's been my beef with the Uprofit Zero plans is they market it as no consistency rule, as does Topstep with their plans, but they say like you have to make X amount of dollars 5 days in a row to get a payout. That is a consistency rule. So I just like the straightforwardness of my funded futures, where if they have a consistency rule, they tell you it's a consistency rule, and if they don't have a consistency rule, there's no consistency rule. My revenue for 2024 from prop trading, and this includes revenue from affiliate marketing, like you guys using my code on your evaluations. I made $21,857.85. The majority of this, I'd say 85 to 90%, came from trading, and about 15%, maybe $2,500, came from affiliate marketing. And this is my it's my payments from Rise. That's how I calculated my revenue. So right here you'll see my withdrawals. So right, so like this was a trading withdrawal, trading withdrawal, trading withdrawal, trading withdrawal, trading withdrawal, trading withdrawal, and then the smaller ones are like these are like the affiliate marketing ones. And yeah, but my advice to anybody trying to become profitable as a prop trader, it does take time. My first year I was unprofitable. I spent maybe $2,000 my first year on evals and activation fees, and then I think this year I took it a little more seriously. The one thing I didn't account for in this calculation is opportunity cost, right? I spent a lot of time trading and thinking about trading and making strategies. So to net like $16,000 after all that, it makes you wonder, okay, well, like, was that really worth it? And I don't entirely look at it that way, because if I learn something this year, that can have value to me in the future, right? So yes, I did not make a lot of money this year, enough to retire off of prop trading, but I did feel really good about having a profitable year. I'm still gonna keep, prop trading. I think now the pressure to get a payout or to be profitable is not as great as when I started. I think in the beginning I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, right? Now I mostly trade my personal account, because there's no rules there. I can trade how I want to trade in my personal accounts. But yeah, I'd say if you want to be profitable, figure out what instruments you're best at trading. Like it does matter. Um, find your own trading style. Go into it with a plan. Have a plan. Don't just go in there and guess. It's up, down, whatever. Like actually have a trading plan and stick to it. Even if you're looking to lose money, stick to your plan, because you'll make a better plan next time. So that's kind of how I did it. I found instruments that worked for me. I I was consistent. I just didn't give up. And hopefully next year is a better year. My goal over time is to become more efficient with this stuff. So like ideally in 2025, I'd love to spend far less money on evals and then make far more revenue from payouts. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I think in the beginning, I was just so eager to get payouts that like I'll get payouts and eventually blow the account before a second payout. I actually want to focus more on the long term now, because if I can get like consistent payouts with one account, that kind of increases my efficiency and reduces my costs, right? So instead of focusing on just getting to the first payout and saying I got a payout, I actually do want to build up accounts, to where I can look forward to consistent payouts without having to do evals on a regular basis. That's my goal for 2025 when it comes to prop trading. But if you guys are either working towards profitability or became profitable, share in the comments what worked for you, and I'd love to hear it from you guys. I'd love to hear what's working, what's not working. But thanks for watching, and again, my affiliate code with my funded futures is still Honest Prop Trader. My I didn't do much trading this year with Trade Day. I still like them as a prop firm, but I just found that like their news rule sometimes is a little restrictive, and you can actually break that rule really easy accidentally. And there's the zero, there's no forgiveness. It's just zero tolerance. So I actually prefer my funded futures because you have the option to have accounts without news rules, and I just think if you're gonna have a news rule, just close all accounts out close all positions out for everybody, and just leave it that way. But breaking a news rule because you forgot to close something out and it filled 10 seconds before the window closed before you couldn't trade. I've lost an account that way before, and it was very disheartening. So that's kind of the main reason why I'm really big on my funded futures. And for everyone that says they're this and they're that, no, they do make payouts, and this proves that. Like, they do pay you. So thanks for watching, and just if you have any feedback, just leave it in the comments. I'll reply to it. I reply to everything.